Today, we've got our hands on a special edition artist collab pair of sneakers. Stay tuned. These are Adidas ULTRABoost DNA Gons, and design-wise, they are really special. Take a closer look. Okay, just to give these sneakers a little bit of background, we should know that this design is made by the famous American professional skateboarder and artist Mark Gonzales, also nicknamed Gons, hence this sneaker style, and were launched on 11th of June 2022. Gons is known as the godfather of modern street skateboarding. Also being an artist, him and Adidas have a relationship that spanned decades. Born from this relationship was also this design. The motivation behind this is, and here I'm gonna quote Gonzo himself, people who skate like a comfy shoe when they're not skating. And he also stated that he loved jumping rope in them. So putting two and two together and a lot of pencil work later, this special edition emerged on top of the already popular ULTRABoost DNA from Adidas. Appearance-wise, apart from the obvious special design, these don't stand out too much as the palette of colors are pale and soft. The upper is a camouflage-esque mix of 4 colors and showcase Gonzo's ghostly signature character named Shmoo. We can spot a happy Shmoo, a sad Shmoo, and a fearful or sneaky Shmoo you never know, who is hiding behind the laces units. This basically illustrates real life. The ghostly theme continues with the reinterpretation of the Adidas Originals logo on the tongue into a Shmoo, and another one in bright orange over the Boost logo on the insole. Speaking of logos, and now coming back to real life, we can find the normal Adidas logo on the rubber outsole in the front and one on the bottom of the insole, the 3 stripes that double as lacing units on the sides, ULTRABoost in the heel area, Continental on the outsole, and Torsion system in the middle, but more on that coming up in just a bit. To finish up the design, I have to mention the 3-striped shaped translucent cage that hugs the midfoot and serves as an eye stay as well, and matches the overall theme. The upper finishes in the back with a prolonged heel cap that doubles as a pull loop for getting them on. Just beneath it, as usual, we can spot the heel locking TPU units in black. Also black, but not so common, is the Boost midsole that is usually white. This is good news, and I will also get back to this in just a bit and explain why. Now, the Continental rubber that composes the outsole is also in an unusual color, brown instead of black. This helps it differentiate from the midsole. The neon gray laces perfectly match the other gray shades used throughout the sneaker. The insole stands out in a bright yellow that screams, "Here I am." Now, speaking of bright colors, I want to mention something quirky that I have noticed. Beside the rectangle patch that sits on the tongue and hosts the Shmoo character that is made from a reflective material, also reflective yarn went into the knitting of the upper's black spots, and that also glows in strong light, spicing up the design even more. I was pleasantly surprised by that. Materials-wise, the one-piece upper is made from prime knit that Adidas claims it contains a minimum of 50% recycled content. The tongue is basically thick cushioning covered with breathable synthetic textile on the top and black shiny nylon on the bottom. This black nylon also composes the whole interior lining in the back, as in the front there is no lining and that facilitates cooling. The lacing units that also contain the laces eyelets are made from soft malleable TPU and are sewed to the upper in the front and glued beneath the heel flaps in the back. Speaking of the heel flaps, these are also made from TPU but feature a more rigid composition to keep the heel snugged in place. Insole is made from soft foam that takes care of some of the shocks that would otherwise be transmitted straight to the feet and joints, and it is finished in a soft synthetic textile top. Midsole is made from the famous Boost material, and the outsole is a spider mesh of 100% continental rubber. Okay, let's dive into the features of these sneakers. First of all, as we are already used to by the DNA sneakers that are the core for this pair, the sock-like knitted upper is elastic and breathable and tricks you into thinking you are wearing just socks, not sneakers. These are even designed to be pulled on like socks when putting them on. This upper, being so thin and soft, doesn't offer much protection of the toes against kicks by itself, but Adidas took care of that and glued a strip of more rigid padding to the interior that can handle soft accidental kicks. As I have mentioned before, the interior lining is made from a shiny, almost slippery nylon that helps with getting the sneakers on. But what about the stability, we might ask? Well, two rigid black TPU flaps on the sides are here to answer our question by keeping the heel in place during activities. The gap left by these two between them is designed to take the pressure off the Achilles tendon. The insole, as I have previously stated, has some dampening capabilities, but the heavy lifting is done by the ULTRABoost midsole that makes use of the popular Boost technology, and that is small soft TPU bits crammed together to give birth to a very comfortable, responsive and also durable midsole. This midsole is squishy and contributes to the overall comfort a lot. Okay, but nothing special or different from the basic Adidas DNA shoe, we might say, except that the Boost midsole is painted black here on the exterior side, and I remember I have said that this is great news. Indeed, this is the perfect remedy for the known in-time yellowing of the classic white Boost midsole due to oxidation. Third-party sneaker shops made their business to paint and release sneakers with Boost midsoles in different colors, but unfortunately that paint was prone to chipping off and was falling apart fast. My hope is that this paint job being done in Adidas's factories will last more than those post-production ones. Only time will tell. Please remind me in the comment section to post updates of this issue, as I will wear this pair extensively. Another great feature that this pair, together with all DNA issued sneakers, have is the torsion system integrated in the midsole. Basically, an insertion of rigid but elastic TPU connects the forefoot and rear foot and allows them to move independently. This improves the overall stability and helps the outsole to adapt rapidly to the different terrains and surfaces you are using them on. Speaking of the outsole, this is, as usual, made from grippy continental rubber. This is one of the most grippiest outsoles I have ever tested so far. Last but not least, a great feature that is always welcomed and these sneakers have is the extra two pair of laces included in the box, one in bright yellow and one in bright orange, to match the insole's color and shmoo and spice up the sneaker's design even more. Let's draw conclusions. Being built on top of the successful ULTRABoost DNA model, this pair is a very comfortable, capable and durable one. At its core, DNA was built as a running shoe, so that sits as a statement to this sneaker's capabilities. If you want to see a full review of a basic Adidas DNA pair of sneakers, check out this one up here. So, the main and only difference between these two pairs is the excellent work put into the design by Mark Gonzales for this special edition. But he's a skateboarder. Are these made for skateboarding? This is a fair question, and I think that these are not meant for the sport per se, but more likely for the time that can be spent in comfortable shoes between skating sessions. As the man himself said, he used them for jumping rope. So, at the core, these were made for running, and then imagined by Gonzo as a chiller between skating sessions, but I think these can be easily used also as daily drivers. I am not implying that you cannot skate in them, but only that they were not built for that particular activity. And taking into account the elasticity of the upper and the softness of the midsole, I think they won't make a great boarding pair. What are your thoughts on these? Please leave your thoughts below. Hope you enjoyed this, I surely did. See you in the next one.